Hi guys, Zara here. So today I'm going to be recreating this makeup look using the new Tarte Tartelette in the Bloom eyeshadow palette. So starting off with a fresh, clean base, I applied the Real You face gel. This is helping keep my acne down. And then on top of that, I used the Real You light moisturizer. So this moisturizer is amazing under makeup. It's obviously light, so it doesn't weigh the skin down in any way and doesn't really interfere with the foundation concealer powder, but it's just such a nice feeling on the skin. So following the moisturizer, I'm just going to apply a little bit of lip balm. I'm using the Burt's Bees Pear and Coconut Lip Balm because I love the scent. And after that, I am going to apply the Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Fatigue Blur Primer. This is in the shade Apricot. It helps combat dullness and also just mattifies and blurs any imperfections. For foundation today, I am using the NARS Velvet Matte Skin Tint. This is fairly new. I have it in the shade Malaga, but I really like the medium to full coverage that it provides. I love applying my foundation with a beauty blender. I just find it gives the most flawless finish, and this foundation is definitely a favorite for me from NARS. So moving on, I'm going to conceal my dark under eye circles. I always start off with the Matte Corrector in Pure Orange. You would have seen this in many of my previous videos now. It's definitely a favorite product of mine. And on top of that, I'm using a newbie. This is the Charlotte Tilbury The Retoucher Conceal and Treat Stick. I have it in the shade 6 Medium, which is ever so slightly lighter than my own skin tone and has a slightly peachy undertone, so it helps really brighten up my complexion. So I've applied it underneath my eyes and down the center of my face. I tend to get a bit of darkness around my mouth, so obviously I apply a little bit to the sides as well, to just help kind of brighten everything back up. Just blending all of that out with my beauty blender again. I am in love with beauty blenders, like I use them all the time. And the fact that I can use it for my primer, foundation, concealer, and as you're about to see, powder, it's just an amazing kind of beauty tool to have in your collection. So here I'm just setting the highlighted areas with the Marc Jacobs Instamark contour palette. I have it in the shade 60 Hi-Fi Filter. And as you can see, I picked up the peachier tone with my beauty blender, and I'm just setting down all the areas that I just put concealer on. So underneath my eyes and down the center of my face. I find that doing it with a beauty blender gives the most flawless finish, and it also helps it to last throughout the day. I found I get a lot less shinier with this method. To set the rest of my face, so the areas that aren't highlighted, I'm just going in with the beauty blender again, and my MAC Mineralize Skinfinish Natural in Medium Deep. This is a pressed powder that will always be in my collection. It's a holy grail. I'm in love with it. It's amazing. If you don't have it, definitely go check it out. Following on, I am going to fill in my brows. I am going to use the Hourglass Arch Brow Pencil in Dark Brunette. I've used this again in probably quite a few of my past videos. It was like the second brow product I ever bought, and it's still going strong. Lately I've been paying a little bit more attention to the tail of my brows because I found that they're a little bit sparse. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, I hope you guys like the way I'm doing my brows these days. They look a little bit more fuller. Setting them in place with the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. This stuff sets brows like no tomorrow. It's pretty good. Alrighty, moving on to the eyeshadow and the super exciting Tarte Tartelette in the Bloom eyeshadow palette. I'm going to start off with a transition shade, and I'm using Rebel from this eyeshadow palette to do so. And I'm just applying that into my crease using a big fluffy brush. I really like applying transition colors because they always peek out of the top of a finished eyeshadow look and also just help future blending, as you'll see. Then going in with the shade Leader, I'm just going to deepen up the outer part of my crease a little bit and also just bring that down into kind of the outer V of my eyelid. Now for the kind of hero eyeshadow of this palette. This is by far my favorite shade in this palette, and it's probably the reason I bought the palette. This is the shade Firecracker. It's just a really nice rose gold type shade, but I really love it. So I just applied that all over my lid, and now going back into Leader just to deepen out the crease, the outer V a little bit more, and further deepening the outer V a little bit more with the shade Activist. I love oh, I just love how these eyeshadows look together. I'm seriously in love with this look right now. To highlight my inner corners, I'm taking the shade Funny Girl, just to create a little bit of pizzazz in the inner corner there. I'm just falling in love with this eyeshadow look all over again. And for the lower lash line, I am mixing Activist and Leader and applying that really closely to my lower lashes. And following that, I'm going to mix up a little bit of Rebel and Leader on a slightly fluffier brush, just to blend out that lower lash line and make it a little bit more smoky. Moving on to liner, I am going to be using the Stila Stay All Day Liquid Liner in Intense Black. I'm not doing anything too fancy, just a nice kind of medium-sized line along my top lash line. I didn't want to detract from the eyeshadow because I love the eyeshadow that's happening right now, so I didn't want to do like a wing liner and stuff that would kind of distract people from all the eyeshadow work I did. To tight line, and for my waterline, I'm using the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide-On Pencil in the shade 0. And the last eyeshadow I'm going to use from the Tartelette in the Bloom palette is the shade Flower Child to highlight my brow bone. Prepping my lashes for falsies, I'm using the Tarte Lights Camera Flashes Mascara, applying quite a bit on my lower lashes and just a thin coat on my upper lashes, getting ready for these falsies right here. These are the Velour Lashes Lash in the City. I love this style from Velour Lashes. This is my second pair. Yeah, I just really like the way they look on me, and they're pretty easy to apply. To contour, I'm going to go back into that Marc Jacobs palette, and using my NARS Eye Brush, I'm going to carve out some cheekbones. And then for bronzer, I'm going to go in with the NYX Matte Bronzer. I have it in the shade 4 Dark Tan, and you can find NYX in Target here in Australia. For blush, I'm going to go in with the Face of Australia blush in Oh Peachy. This has been likened to the Orgasm blush from NARS, so if you're looking for a drugstore alternative, definitely check this blush out from Face of Australia. And next to highlight, I'm going to be going in with the Becca Cosmetics Shimmering Skin Perfector in Champagne Pop. Super excited about their new release, Champagne Pop products. I assume it's in the poured version and the liquid version. I can't wait for them to hit Australian shores. Like, I hope we get them quite soon. For lips, I'm going to go in with the MAC Lip Liner in Hover. This is by far my favorite lip liner. I like it more than Whirl, and I like it more than Soar. So if you have my skin tone, or if you really like Whirl, definitely give Hover a try from MAC. And for lipstick, I'm going to be using the Charlotte Tilbury lipstick in Stoned Rose. This is my favorite nude lipstick at the moment. So again, if you're my skin tone, definitely check out Stoned Rose from Charlotte Tilbury. I really hope you guys enjoyed the look. If you did, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!